Hey everyone! Welcome back to the channel. Whether you're a senior yourself or you've got family members that are pensioners, today's video is one you do not want to miss. If you or someone you care about is receiving a pension or using the Canadian banking system, you're probably already aware that changes can sometimes be hard to keep up with. But don't worry, we've got you covered. In today's video, we're diving deep into the 2025 banking updates from the Canada Revenue Agency, specifically for seniors and pensioners. And trust me, you're going to want to hear about these three major updates. Whether it's changes to your bank account fees, your pension payments, or the way you manage your finances, these updates could affect you more than you think. So sit back, relax, and let's jump right in. What's changing in 2025? First things first, what exactly are the CRA's banking updates for pensioners in 2025? Well, there are a few significant updates on the horizon, and while some of them may sound like minor tweaks, they could have a huge impact on your financial situation if you're not aware. So let's break down these updates, and by the end of this video, you'll be fully prepared. The updates that we're going to cover today revolve around three key areas: bank account fees, direct deposit policies, and pension tax implications. These aren't small changes, so let's dive right into each of them. The CRA's update on bank account fees for seniors. Alright, first up, let's talk about something that's been a huge concern for pensioners for years: bank account fees. For many seniors, these fees can eat up a large chunk of their monthly pension, and that's not something we want to see. The CRA is finally stepping in to address this with new regulations that will come into play in 2025. So, what's changing? Well, as of 2025, the CRA is pushing for major reforms on how banks charge fees to seniors. In the past, many Canadian banks have offered what they called senior-friendly accounts. But these often came with limitations, like only offering a reduced fee structure for seniors over the age of 65 or limiting the number of transactions you can make each month. But the CRA is now stepping in to ensure that these fees are more transparent and, importantly, affordable for pensioners. One of the biggest changes? Banks will now be required to offer at least one no-fee account for seniors who are receiving a government pension. This no-fee account will allow seniors to do basic banking activities, like withdrawing cash, making deposits, and checking balances, without having to worry about being charged at the end of the month. Now, you might be wondering, what's the catch? Well, the CRA will require seniors to use their government pension as the primary source of income into this no-fee account. But as long as that's the case, you won't pay any fees on your account. This change is a big win for seniors, as many are on fixed incomes and can't afford to be losing money on unnecessary bank fees. Of course, there are still some banks that might try to find loopholes or offer additional services that cost extra, so make sure to ask about those upfront. But the bottom line here is that if you're a senior with a government pension, you should be able to access an account with no fees starting in 2025. If you're already with a bank that charges fees for your account, it may be worth checking if they have a new fee-free option for you next year. Direct deposit policy changes for seniors in 2025, moving on to the second major update for 2025, which is all about direct deposit policies. Let's be honest, direct deposit has made our lives a lot easier. No more waiting in line at the bank or having to worry about checks getting lost in the mail. But in 2025, the CRA is implementing new policies to ensure that seniors get their pension payments faster and more securely. Starting in 2025, seniors will have a mandatory transition to electronic direct deposit for all government pension payments. What does that mean for you? Well, if you're still receiving your pension by check, the CRA will be sending out notices to let you know that you'll need to set up a direct deposit account. This change is all about improving efficiency and reducing delays in the system. Now, I know that some of you might be thinking, I'm not tech savvy. How will I be able to set that up? Don't worry, the CRA is fully aware that not everyone is comfortable with technology. That's why they're offering a dedicated support line to help you make the transition. They'll guide you step by step on how to set up direct deposit either online or through a phone call with a representative. And hey, it's not all bad news. Direct deposit actually speeds up payments. If you're currently waiting weeks for a check to arrive, you can expect your pension payments to arrive much faster when they're deposited directly into your bank account. So, even though it might take a little time to get used to, this change is going to save you a lot of stress in the long run. But if you have concerns about the transition or need more help with setting things up, be sure to contact your bank or the CRA directly. We've got all that information in the description box below, so check that out if you need help. How will these updates affect your pension taxes? Alright, now let's move on to something that might be a little more complex, but it's incredibly important. Taxation on your pension income. As many of you already know, pensioners are required to pay taxes on their income. But in 2025, the CRA is implementing some changes to how pension income is taxed, and these changes could have a major impact on your financial situation. So, here's the scoop. The CRA is introducing a new tax withholding rate for pensioners receiving government pensions, which means that you could see a slightly higher deduction from your monthly payments. This new tax withholding is designed to account for inflation and the rising cost of living, and it's meant to ensure that pensioners aren't hit with a large tax bill at the end of the year. For some seniors, this means that you may see a slightly lower monthly payment, but it also means that you won't owe as much when you file your tax return. Think of it as the CRA trying to help you plan ahead for the tax year, so you're not caught off guard by a huge tax bill. But if you're concerned about how these changes will affect you specifically, there's good news. The CRA will be offering free tax consultations to help seniors better understand their tax situation and make sure they're not paying more than necessary. And if you're finding that the new withholding rate is taking too much from your payments, there are options to adjust it. So don't worry, you're not stuck with whatever they give you. The key takeaway here is that the CRA is really focusing on making sure that seniors don't have unexpected tax burdens. And if you're proactive about understanding the changes, it can actually make your life a lot easier when tax season rolls around. Tips for seniors to stay ahead of these changes. Now, we've covered the big updates. But what can you do to make sure you're ready for 2025? Here are a few tips to help you stay ahead of the game and make sure you're not caught off guard by any of these updates. First, if you're not already on direct deposit, it's time to set it up. Even if you're not thrilled about the idea of electronic banking, it's the easiest way to get your payments on time and securely. Second, check your bank fees. Are you being charged fees that you shouldn't be? Are you using a senior-friendly account that's truly offering you the best deal? Take some time to review your account, and if necessary, shop around for a bank that offers better terms. And finally, stay informed. The CRA is constantly sending out updates, and it's important to keep an eye on any letters, emails, or online notices they send. Make sure you're up to date on all the latest changes, and don't be afraid to reach out to them or your bank if you have any questions. So, there you have it, 3 major banking updates for pensioners from the CRA in 2025. Whether it's no-fee accounts, faster payments through direct deposit, or a smoother tax experience, these updates are definitely something to keep on your radar. Remember, staying informed and proactive is the key to making these changes work in your favor. If you found today's video helpful, be sure to give it a thumbs up, share it with anyone who might benefit, and don't forget to subscribe for more updates. And if you have any questions or concerns, feel free to drop them in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching, and as always, stay safe, stay informed, and we'll see you in the next video.